So, thank you very much.
Hello and welcome to Auction Arithmetic on Revsportz, presented by Fanatic Sports. 15 years. 18th of April 2008, I was outside the Chinnaswamy Stadium in Bangalore around 4 p.m. with people queuing in for an exotic creation, the Indian Premier League. 15 years down the line, it's the world's leading sports property. Perhaps the most valued franchise league in a month from now, when the BCCI possibly will rake in 40,000 crores from telecast rights. IPL 2.0, that's what this is, mega auction. We've not seen one for many years. A lot of the leading players haven't seen anything, and this time we Revsportz, with very fundamentally different digital sports consumption, will add to your experience of this particular IPL auction. And with you, a fabulous panel, women and men, former cricketers, journalists, analysts, brand experts. Deep Dasgupta, former cricketer, commentator, one of my best friends. With Deep, Veda Krishnamurthy, again, Indian national team, multiple match-winning knocks for India. With Deep and Veda, Joydeep Mukherjee, former KKR, multiple times, many positions in the IPL, current director of cricket for Bengal. Senior journalist, Anand Vasu. Anand has covered so many cricket tours. We've been on tours together. You know, it's very interesting when you put together a panel like this, to hold it together. Somebody again who's a very close friend of mine, Rupha Ramani. You've seen her multiple times associated with the Chennai Super Kings team, for example. Of course, I will be there right through. Make no mistake. We've got Norman Kochannek joining us from Australia. We've got Prantik Mazumdar with his expertise and branding expertise joining us from Singapore. We've got Ashok Namboodri joining us from Dubai once again, talking about brand and the valuation. You've got statistical inputs coming in from experts. It can't get bigger. We will get you the most comprehensive and the most all-encompassing IPL coverage over the next 2 days. And this particular show, we've got every team represented. Every team with exclusives represented. And there we go. So as we said, digital sports consumption for IPL 2.0 season number 15 with the mega auction here on Revsportz. We kick off. The first ball is bowled and we go in with the new team, Team Lucknow. 7,000 crores valuation. Sanjeev Goenka practically taking India by storm with that bid. Then his three retentions, Rahul, Marcus Stoinis and Ravi Bishnoi. Can he now make a team that can make a serious pitch for that IPL playoff position? Sanjeev Goenka's task cut out. 59 crore purse. What will they go for? What is their strategy? To talk about it, representing Team Lucknow, let's keep it a surprise. Every team will be represented, so keep it a surprise. Here's Team Lucknow for you. You captained Ravi Bishnoi in Punjab, and obviously, I mean, you've seen played with Marcus Stoinis. Your thoughts on the retentions? And I know you can't give too much away. Whatever you can give me on the auction strategy. How do you approach a mega auction like this? Nothing like this has happened before for years.
Yeah, not for me as well, because this is the first time I'm part of the big auction. I was with Punjab as captain, but we went into only smaller auctions, and there were only 2 or 3 places that we needed to fix, which wasn't really that hard. But this is a lot harder. The idea behind Stoinis and Bishnoi, I think, is very simple. When you're trying to get 3 retentions, you want to get like 3 pillars sorted. You have an opening batter in me, you have an all-rounder, in Stoinis who can bat number 5, number 6. So we've seen that in Big Bash he's even opened as well. So he's a very flexible player. He gives you a 6th bowling option as well. And Ravi Bishnoi, like Gautibai said, is very exciting. He's young. He's a wicket-taking option. And we've seen in the history of IPL that wrist spinners have done really, really well. And wrist spinners in this auction, again, whoever is available will be hot. So we felt like, getting all of us would give us a good start as a team, and then we can build around it. Yes, Marcus I've played with in Punjab as well, and he's a very committed player, and he has a great energy around the team. He's a brilliant team man. So one of the best all-rounders going around right now in limited overs cricket. So I really wanted Marcus to be part of the setup, and Bishnoi, I played with him, and he has a big heart for a youngster who hasn't played for the country or hasn't played too much IPL cricket. He showed a lot of heart. He wasn't scared to be in a fight. He wasn't overawed by the international batters he used to bowl to. He wanted to be in the fight. He wanted to bowl to the likes of Pollard and Russell and Hardik, Rishabh Pant. Whenever they came in, he said, "Bhaiya mujhe bol do. I want to get the wicket." So that's the kind of attitude you like in a player, and he's a young guy, and I know I can see him playing for the country for a long time, and also playing for India really soon. So it'll be good for us to be part of that journey for him and support him as much as we can.
You are in that comfortable position, unlike 1,000 cricketers who have enrolled, who has a very good contract and an established position. How are you looking at the auction? It's going to be exciting for each one of us who are in different positions consuming the auction. How are you going to look at the auction? Have you thought about it? That, okay, I don't have to bother, but several people will be picked up, and it'll be an exciting spectacle.
Yes. An exciting spectacle, and it's probably a bit of a relief to have this sorted before that night and sitting there waiting. And we've been in lockdown the last couple of times that this auction's been on. So we're sitting there waiting, watching on the computer or something like that. So it will be a different experience. And I'll be watching it with a different lens this year. I'll be watching it knowing what team I'm a part of, speaking to KL and Sanjeev and the leadership and the captain, coach and all that sort of stuff about who we might target. I'll be watching it with an excited lens as to see how it unfolds. It's the first time in a long time that there's been this style of auction, and there's 2 new teams. So lots of friends are going to be in the auction, so I'll be interested for them as well.
Now that was Team Lucknow for you. Let's move to Team Ahmedabad. It's the super giants from Lucknow to Team Ahmedabad, and here again 3 very interesting retentions. Hardik Pandya, captain. That's a new challenge for Hardik Pandya. The second retention, the magician from Afghanistan, Rashid Khan, one of the most sought after T20 picks in the world. And the third one, interesting, Shubman Gill. Kolkata Knight Riders released him and they've said that they wanted him back, but Shubman Gill will don the Ahmedabad jersey. So what about the team? What is their thought process representing Team Ahmedabad? Here is surprise. Take a look. You've picked Rashid, you've picked Shubman. A word on them. I've seen your video which you put out welcoming the 2 of them into your Ahmedabad family. But a word on Rashid and a word on Shubman.
Oh, they've been tremendous, to be honest. I can't ask better retentionship players than them. Rashid, out and out match winner. No one can debate that. Shubman, a brilliant young talent, was very strong-headed at his age. At his age, he's very strong-minded, and which he can offer a lot to us in coming future as well. So for them, for me, genuinely, I'm very, very happy with those 2 guys because, as I said, match winners at any given day and tremendous team players as well. So for me, I love someone who plays for the team and who always keeps the team ahead, because I have been always that kind of a cricketer. And when I get those kind of qualities and roles, when I give them roles and when I know that they are such amazing team players, it's kind of amazing.
After the 2 new teams, Lucknow Super Giants and Team Ahmedabad, let us now go to one of the most, if not the most successful franchises in IPL history. and that's the Mumbai Indians. They will want that core back. Rohit Sharma, captain of Team India, captain of the Mumbai Indians, one of the most successful captains along with MS Dhoni, fabulous white ball player, one of the legends of the modern game, representing retentions, Kyron Pollard, West Indian legend, obviously Jasprit Bumrah, one of the best in the world, and Surya Kumar Yadav. Solid core. What will they do? Representing the Mumbai Indians. Here's a sneak peek into the man's mindset. Take a look.
Tell me something. I mean, 5 titles with Mumbai, one with Deccan as well. When you weren't captain, but 5 titles with Mumbai, Asia Cup for India. You have established captaincy pedigree. Saurav and I were shooting for this particular show, and I asked him this question about you. I asked him about Rohit Sharma, the captain, and he said, look at his record. Look at that man's record and you will know how much he deserves this position. How do you look at yourself as captain of India? Do you set goals? Do you have a particular philosophy that works in franchise cricket? What is your captaincy philosophy? You just alluded to it, that I will not let pressure come on to the boys. And you've told me in the past that I am the least important member of the team as captain. But what is your captaincy philosophy? You will explain a little bit more.
That's what I feel. The captain needs to stand at the back. He cannot be the forefront. I understand in terms of performance, he needs to be forefront. But while doing everything else, he needs to be taking the back seat, making sure that, the rest of the players are, getting their job done in whatever way they can. And just make sure that the reason I say that the captain has to be taking the back seat is because, he can make sure that he puts his hand around everyone from behind. That is what I meant when I said that you have to be taking the back seat. Captain looks good when the team looks good, when the team performs well. Captain looks bad, horrible, whatever you want to say, when the team doesn't do well. So I think it's not captain. Yes, I mean, in how I look at it is, the kind of players you have, the stuff that the captain is allowing the players to do. I think that is very, very important. And captain can take a lot of credit when everything goes well. And at the same time, when things don't go well, captain is blamed for everything. I don't think that is the right way to think or look forward to that. I think it's important that, the world understands what the role of a captain is. Captain is there to make sure that the right players are playing, the right combination is put out there. And obviously there are a few tactical things that he needs to look after. What I've done at Mumbai is, it's brilliant because of the players that I have. Honestly speaking, I have a very little role to play there. The team that I had was fantastic. So I want to give the credit to, firstly the management to create for creating such a solid gun players, and then creating that atmosphere for the players to just go and perform. That is how I will look at it. Of course, there were certain decisions that I had to make. Giving the last over, giving the first over to XYZ, making sure the batting orders and all that is changed as in when the situation is required. All those things, yes, captain plays a big part in that. But overall, I feel it's the players' team.
If it is the Mumbai Indians, which is one of the most successful, the other most successful has to be MS Dhoni and the Chennai Super Kings. The way Chennai came back and won it last year, beating Kolkata in that final, Faf du Plessis, what a season. And of course, the magic touch of MS Dhoni. Can he do it one final time before he retires? Who knows? With MS Dhoni, you don't put it past them. Again, some interesting retentions. Ruturaj Gaikwad, fabulous. What an unbelievable season. MS Dhoni himself, and of course Ravindra Jadeja. That's another very, very interesting retention for the Chennai Super Kings. Will they go for the core? Will they get some of their players back? Representing the Chennai Super Kings, take a look.
So first question to you, Bala. Mega auction, after several years, you will have to get a winning combination as the most successful franchise. How daunting a pressure is that?
Auctions are more pressure than the playing atmosphere. I've been a player, so I know exactly how the auction table and the situation goes around, but it is unpredictable, right? That is what IPL is all about. That is what T20 is all about. Nobody can predict that. 3 hours of entertainment is what makes each and everyone stand still, and that's what it is. Like it's been a great journey for us, and as a coach, I've enjoyed last 4 years with this new experience, like sitting in auction. Quite used to that pressure and everything now, but looking forward for the upcoming auctions.
Let us now move to Team Bangalore. Lot of noise. Virat Kohli giving up captaincy. They had a very good season, making the playoffs. Unfortunately, not having won an IPL title will be a bogey. They'll have to deal with that, but it's a very good side. Some great retentions. Virat Kohli, Glenn Maxwell, Mohammad Siraj. Team Bangalore, always high and mighty. Will a new captain change their fortunes? What will be their auction strategy? What will, the team look like? Representing Team Bangalore, here is, take a look.
रिटेंशन ये कितना इंपॉर्टेंट होता है सिराज एक प्लेयर का कॉन्फिडेंस के लिए, क्योंकि इस बार मेगा ऑक्शन है, आप थोड़ा सा इंटरेस्टिंग पोजीशन में हो, आप सबको सलाह दे सकते हो, टीम को सलाह दे सकते हो. हाउ इंपॉर्टेंट वाज बीइंग रिटेन, क्योंकि ज्यादा कॉन्फिडेंस आया होगा कि मुझे रिटेन किया गया.
एग्जैक्टली, क्योंकि एक कॉन्फिडेंस मिलने की बात है. जब इन 3 प्लेयर को रिटेन करना है तो 4 प्लेयर को रिटेन करना है, उसमें से मुझे तीसरे प्लेयर रिटेन करे तो ह्यूज कॉन्फिडेंट फॉर मी. क्योंकि जब इंसान इतना नीचे गिरने के बाद, वर्स्ट परफॉर्मेंस के बाद, फिर अच्छा करने के बाद जब रिटर्न करता हूँ तो एक अलग ही कॉन्फिडेंस मिलता है. हाँ भाई मैं कुछ करा. मतलब
ऑक्शन के बारे में आप कैसे देखते हो, क्योंकि इस बार मेगा ऑक्शन होगा, आप कंट्रीब्यूट करोगे, सलाह दोगे, सजेशंस दोगे? हाउ आर यू लुकिंग एट द ऑक्शन?
मैं ये ऑक्शन में बस एंजॉय करूंगा जो देखते हैं कि आईपीएल का. मतलब ऐसा मेरा ये कि है कि बस जैसा आईपीएल देखूंगा मैं टीवी पे ऑक्शन देखूंगा.
आप ऑक्शन के लिए सजेशन तो जरूर दोगे?
अगर मेरे से पूछे तो बिल्कुल मैं सजेशन दूं.
बट अदरवाइज आप फिल्म की तरह ऑक्शन को देखोगे और मस्ती लोगे.
एग्जैक्ट, यस.
And once again, may I say a very deep thank you to Fanatic Sports for coming on board as the presenting partner of this particular auction on Revsportz. We will do a lot of programming and a lot of exclusives coming your way. So thanks Fanatic Sports. Fanatic Sports, official joint sales agent. And we will show you a lot of what their offerings are over the next couple of days. So we will give you the link to book your official hospitality packages as well. Six bucket list events in a week, 10 days. The summer stops in England, folks. I can tell you that. Fanatic Sports takes you there. You know what? Adele at Hyde Park, the best seats. Silverstone Grand Prix, Paddock Club, once again the best seats. Watching India v England in Birmingham, that amazing 5th test match, can we win that? And then you come to Lord's for an India-England ODI, and to top it all, in the middle of it is strawberry and cream at Wimbledon. I will give an arm and a leg for this. What about you? Get on to Fanatic Sports. The link is below. Book your official hospitality packages by clicking this link and be a fanatic. If there's one team which has to be fundamentally redone, it has to be the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Giving up on David Warner was a major step. Kane Williamson, obviously one of the best captains in the world. They've made some interesting retentions, Abdul Samad and of course Umran Malik. That again was a very interesting retention, 145, 150 Ks from Umran Malik. What will be the thought process of Team Sunrisers? Not a very good season. Clearly, it went downhill despite having some good players. They've given up on Rashid Khan, which was an interesting call. So what will the Sunrisers Hyderabad be all about? And what is it like to captain a franchise, and how different it is from captaining a national team? Representing Team Hyderabad, the Sunrisers, take a look.
Ken, I want to ask this question because for my own self also. I mean, you're a leader of the New Zealand team. You've been a captain of a franchise team as well. What is the difference when you captain an IPL team and you captain a New Zealand side? There can't be one simple mantra of leadership. What is the difference and how do you approach it?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I think every team that you are in is different, and there's a number of aspects that fall into that, and there can be a variety of cultures and a variety of different ideas, and I suppose you want to make sure you're able to listen. I know, having captained a little bit in the IPL and trying to understand how it might look, and with players that you haven't worked as much with before, and want to understand perhaps how they're feeling about things and where their heads are at, and what are some of the things we can do within this group to try and come together a little bit and have a common goal. And I suppose that's I think something that's important in any team sport, and in any team. But how you get to those stages, there's always different routes, and trying to be nice and clear on what that looks like. So whether that's a team in the IPL or a team in our New Zealand league or whatever else, it's basically, I think listening is quite important. There's a lot of good people often always involved, so you want your players to have a voice. You want players to feel like they're driving something and a part of something. And so, they're always really interesting challenges. And certainly enjoyed having those different experiences and different sides.
I am joined by none other than Abdul Samad, whom Sunrisers Hyderabad has retained ahead of the IPL22 mega auctions. Abdul, welcome to Revsportz. पहले तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहता हूं आप कितना रिलीव हो क्योंकि आपको सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद ने रिटेन किया along with उमरान मालिक.
सबसे पहले तो मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी बात है कि 3 ही प्लेयर रिटेन हुए हैं और जिसमें से मेरा भी नाम है, और काफी खुशी हुई थी सुन के जब ये न्यूज आया था और काफी अच्छा लगा. ऑब्वियसली
क्योंकि एक आईपीएल ऑक्शन जब भी होता है तो एक टेंशन होता है प्लेयर्स के मन में, तो वो टेंशन शायद आपके पास अभी होगा नहीं क्योंकि यू नो दैट यू आर रिटेन बाय द सनराइजर्स हैदराबाद फ्रेंचाइजी. तो ये कितना रिलीव है आपके लिए?
रही बात ऑक्शन की, अब ऑक्शन की तो कोई टेंशन है नहीं है. रिटेन किया उन्होंने तो ये रिलीव काफी बहुत बड़ा रिलीव है, और अब होप है कि ऑक्शन में हमारी टीम बढ़िया बनेगी और इस बार परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा रहेगा टीम का.
They are clearly one of the most balanced teams in the competition. If you take a look at their performances in the last couple of seasons, you will know why I'm saying this. Making the final, making the playoffs, incredibly good bowling attack, some excellent retentions in Anrik, Nokia captain Rishabh Pant, absolute sensation in many ways. Akshar Patel with his left arm spin is an excellent value add, and of course Prithvi Shaw at the top of the order. Giving up on Shikhar Dhawan, key call there. Marcus Stoinis, key call there from the Delhi Capitals, talking about their plans and their team and their vision, representing the Capitals. Here is, take a look.
You create a team also for the fans.
Absolutely. I think the fans are why we exist, and the fans make us who we are. It's very clear. When I had just started getting involved with the franchise, I remember the Kotla, and I remember how polarized the Kotla used to be. When a Virat Kohli would come with his RCB into Delhi, entire stadium, Boria, I kid you not, would be cheering for Kohli. And when Dhoni would come, the entire stadium would be yellow. There was a tipping point. There was a turning point where we were able to connect more with our fans. That super over when Kagiso Rabada got under Russell, clean bowl, middle stump, cartwheeling out of the...
I was in commentary, I remember that.
That changed Delhi, and that changed the fans' belief in Delhi. And we saw after that the kind of blue wave in the stadium. The DC Toli became alive, who are our ultra fans. they traveled with the team. But at the end of the day, we are going to do everything to engage with our fans. This team is for every single Delhiite. This team is for every single Northern Indian who supports it. IPL has never been won by a Northern Indian team, barring Rajasthan Royals in the first season.
First year, yeah.
So we have to bring the trophy back to the north. That's the dream and that's the vision for this season.
And once again, a deep thank you to Fanatic Sports for coming on board as the presenting partner of this particular auction on Revsportz. What's Fanatic Sports all about? Take a look. Not the best of season. They really need to get the auction right to make a pitch for that IPL title, which continues to elude them. Their captain KL Rahul has now moved to Team Lucknow, the Super Giants. What will the Punjab Kings do? What will be their strategy like? Retentions? Interesting. Mayank Agarwal, Arshdeep Singh, very interesting. Anil Kumble, very sharp cricket brain there as part of the Punjab Kings. What will be their auction strategy like? Representing Team Punjab? Take a look.
Clearly, you are in that enviable position, Mayank, among a cream of maybe 40 cricketers who does not have to worry about the auction. But obviously you have a different role. You have a leadership role, advising your franchise. How are you looking at the auction? I mean, for example, I'm excited. I mean, when I go back to 2008, a mega auction of this sort, it's a different ballgame. I mean, 3 days of spectacle almost, this auction. How are you looking at it, being a key member of your franchise?
Very honestly, I think this auction, I'm just going to sit back and say, oh yes, I'm going to be a lot more relaxed than probably a few other people. But I'm really excited for the auction. For the kind of players that we will be able to buy, and the strategies and the thought processes that we have had as Punjab Kings before the auction. Have we been able to get the players that we're looking for? What we've kind of decided, we've decided a kind of cricket we want to play. Have we actually been able to get the kind of players that we've been, as a team that we've been looking for? So it is exciting on that front, but I can definitely say on a personal front, yes, it's going to be a lot more calmer compared to any of the auctions before.
It was an absolute fairy tale. Nobody had given the Kolkata Knight Riders a chance going into the UAE leg of the IPL. And then what we saw will actually qualify as one of the greatest comeback stories in franchise sporting history in any part of the world. Brilliant turnaround. Multiple match-winning performances, by, for example, Venkatesh Iyer, Varun Chakravarti, and some interesting retentions, Andre Russell, and of course the magician Sunil Narayan. What will be Kolkata Knight Riders all about? Representing KKR, here is, take a look.
The most important cricketing events for 22 is the IPL auction. You don't have a problem. You're already retained. That gives you a heady feeling. You've got money, glamour, all. But have you contributed to the thoughts of KKR? Because, and it was a given. I mean, I remember speaking to Venki Mysore even in Dubai during the World Cup, and yours was a given retention from what happened. So thoughts on that auction? Are you looking forward to seeing how your team goes? And obviously you have that comfort where, unfortunately, I mean, maybe you would have gone for more money, who knows? But you have that comfort that you are settled in your place in KKR.
From a KKR perspective, of course, I really do want to know the squad composition, who all land up in the squad. But I'm more excited to watch the auction for MP cricketers. There are a lot of cricketers who richly deserve to play the IPL in MP, and I'm really looking forward to the auction. And I really, really hope that at least 7 to 8 cricketers from MP get picked. And that is exactly why I'm excited for the auction, because a lot of players from MP deserve. And I really wish to see a lot of players there. And from a personal point of view, I really wanted to see that pedal go up a few times, but that's not going to happen. But it's fine. See, I wanted to be in KKR. I really wanted to be in KKR because I want to make KKR win. Once you are in touching distance of something, you really want to achieve that. Last year I got out for 198 in the Vijay Hazare. I really want to score a double 100, because now I know that I can do it. Had I been out for 150 or 160, I wouldn't have thought so much. But getting out on 198 with 7 overs to go, you know that you can get a double 100. So that is in my list. Somehow, get a double 100. So I played the finals and I got this feeling that had we played the opening stand been there for 3 more overs, we could have won the game for KKR. So I really want to win KKR the IPL.
After the winning first season under Shane Warne, their performances have been up and down, but they've always been there and thereabouts, knocking the doors. Can this be the season of the Royals? Can they make it count? Some interesting retentions again. Sanju Samson, for example, has always been that player who people want to watch. When he goes, superb. Yashasvi Jaiswal, future talent, and of course Joss Butler, one of the best in the world. So what will be the Royals aiming at the auction? How will their team formation look like representing the Royals? Take a look.
The countdown has begun for the auction. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think thanks a lot for inviting me, first of all. And I think auctions is definitely something familiar with all of us, but to be very honest, being the captain of the side, I have got into it a bit more than normal. So getting to know about auctions is very exciting and very surprising, and definitely I think great salute to all our supporting staff and coaches. I think we have been working very hard, lots and lots of meetings. I am very used to this having Google Meet from last 2 months. I think we are definitely putting in a lot of hard work and lot of plannings, but to be very honest, I think the auctions are very unpredictable, as you know. So we all are definitely trying to simulate a lot of different scenarios and be ready for whatever auction brings up with. Yeah.
Very nice answer. I mean, you are absolutely right in saying the unpredictability of the auction. And I don't want you to divulge details. Having said that, when you approach an auction like this, Sanju, what is the kind of mindset? Do you guys go for skill sets? Do you go for particular kind of formulas, or you prepare for situations and then you are prepared to innovate come the auction table? How are you getting ready? Because none of us have seen a mega auction like this for several years. I've covered IPL from year one. I haven't seen it either. So your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely. I think the skill sets of players are really important, to be very honest. I think the trend keeps on changing. I think a lot of different trends are coming in IPL, like a left arm fast bowler or leg spinner, and all those things are coming up, and all those things are definitely in our mind. But to be very honest, I think we are definitely looking at some really strong characters. I think no matter what skill sets you have, if you have a very brave heart and a really fearless character to play this format, it definitely gives you a lot of success. To be very honest, it's a balance of both. But I think definitely I rely a lot on the character of a person, the character of a player. So I think it's both, I think, yeah.
So there you go. That's what we are all about. Analysis, exclusives, point of view, every team represented. And starting tomorrow, we will come to you live in the morning at 10:30, building up for that mega auction with our entire panel: Deep Dasgupta, Joydeep Mukherjee, Veda Krishnamurthy, hosted by Rupha Ramani, Ashok, Namboodri, Prantik Mazumdar, myself, with statistical inputs from around the world and data analytics. Thereafter, every auction break, we will come to you live. Every analysis, every major player sold, we will come with you with breaking news and analysis and their data points. What does that mean for team composition and balance? As we said, IPL 2.0, coverage 2.0 with Revsportz. Fundamentally different consumption of cricket on the digital platform. We promise you this will be an auction to remember. Once again, thank you very much, Fanatic Sports, for coming on board as the presenting partner of this IPL auction on Revsportz. So this particular show was just the curtain raiser. The next 2 days with us following a review on the 14th when we wish Valentine's Day to the world. So your destination for this IPL auction, come and join us. You won't be disappointed. Every single story, breaking, exclusives from the venue, getting the best on this particular platform. Thank you very much for watching.
So, thank you very much.